As a permanent makeup artist, working and catering with all skin types is imperative. Now, if you have never been shown or taught how to work on melanin rich skin, you might find this topic a struggle. Today, I'm going to teach you some of my methods and also help you to become inclusive in your studio. My name's Natalie Della-Verde. I'm a trainer from Leeds in the UK, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to work with melanin rich skin. During this video, I'm going to show you how I work with melanin rich skin. I'll show you the tools, some tricks. If you want to learn more and you want to delve deeper into this subject, maybe you're a trainer or you want to be prepared and being more inclusive, then you can have a look at my course and I will link it in the description. I hope you enjoy. What is melanin rich skin? Melanin rich skin that I am referring to is Fitzpatrick 5, Fitzpatrick 6 that have melanin in the skin. So black and brown skin, that is what I'm referring to when I am saying melanin rich skin. So you can see some examples on the screen. Why melanin rich skin? The reason we call it melanin rich skin is because there is more melanin actually in the skin. We have two types of melanin and I'm going to talk a little bit about those later on. So the skin is varying shades of brown, and the brown is made up of pheomelanin and eumelanin, as you can see on the screen. The more eumelanin in the skin, the darker the skin. I put together a visual so you can see how melanin is distributed throughout the skin according to the Fitzpatrick types. So we have Fitzpatrick 1 to Fitzpatrick 6, and here you can see the different varying amounts of eumelanin, which is the black and the brown melanin, and the pheomelanin, which is the oranges and the yellow melanin. So you're probably here thinking, why am I going on so much about melanin in the skin and melanin rich skin? And both reasons apply. So there's definitely nuances when working with melanin rich skin in comparison to white skin, but there's also the inclusivity aspect of that as well. So some people will say, I don't get melanin rich clients, in my studio, I don't attract the clientele, so I'm not going to educate myself on working with melanin rich skin. And it's a bit outdated to think like that. We should be working towards a more inclusive space, and we should be working towards a more inclusive industry. And the way we can do that is by educating ourselves and promoting that we are have an open door policy and that we're inclusive to everyone. So we can do this by showing on our social media, on our website, that we have representation of all the different Fitzpatrick types or different colours of people, and different nationalities, because that's what the world is made up of. I remember when I was a kid and going to the hairdressers, as you can see, I've got curly afro hair, and I always used to get told, no, my mum used to get told, oh, we don't do afro hair. And now in the UK, we have introduced where it's mandatory for us to learn afro hair as a fundamental. So if you go into hairdressing now, it's not an option, it's mandatory for you to learn how to work with afro hair. So my dream really for the permanent makeup industry is for it to be mandatory really for us to learn how to work with all skin types, including melanin rich skin. If you want to learn more, like I said, have a look in the description, and I have a full in-depth course on ways in which you can be inclusive, on 2 demonstrations, some case studies, and all of my favourite colour combinations and tools and pigments, etc. Learning about the nuances of the skin will help us to be able to determine what tools and approach we are going to use when we are working with our clients. Being inclusive in our industry has many benefits. It means that you are opening your door to clientele. It means that you have more clients. It means that if you are a trainer, that your students are not going to other teachers and trainers and asking them how to work with Melanin Rich Skin, which happens to me a lot, and this is the reason why I'm doing this video for you today and I have brought out the course. It means as well that you are going to be an expert in your field. So you may be an expert in ombre brows, but do you work with melanin rich skin? Do you know how to execute that technique when working with the different skin types? There's many benefits of being inclusive. A recent study showed that Black and ethnic minority clients spend 9 times more on beauty than their white counterparts. So if you're not already tapping into this demographic, you are losing out. So we want to be making sure that we're using the correct terminology and we're not offending anybody, and there's lots of outdated terminology that is still being used, which people find offensive. So you want to be saying, instead of saying like mixed race, I find that offensive. Like, I'm half white, I'm half black. I feel like using dual heritage is more appropriate. When we're working with lips, instead of saying dark lip correction in permanent makeup, we can say like lip neutralizing instead of like correcting, because we're not actually correcting anything. Like, if we want to change the color of our lips, then we don't want that to be seen as something negative. We just want to change the color of our lips, just same way as if a white person wants to put, get lip blush done, same way we want to get lip blush. We don't want to be saying that we're correcting anything. Another word that I can find offensive is coloured. I think it's really outdated, and we can replace that word with saying like person of colour. You can say black, you can say brown, or if you want to use a more technical term, if you're training, you can say melanin rich, or you can say Fitzpatrick 5 or 6. Another term which I find outdated is ethnic skin. Now, you can use melanin rich skin, or you can use black or brown skin, or Fitzpatrick 5 or 6 if you need a way to describe the skin. So how can we be more inclusive? So we can do this by educating ourselves. So this is you educating yourself. You can watch videos like this. You can take courses like the one linked below. You can speak to people. You can have a look on social media. But one of the things that you owe to yourself and your clients as an artist is to always continue their education. It's how we learn and it's how we grow. Industry leaders have an important role to play also. So having conversations with industry leaders. Are you an industry leader? How can you change the narrative? What can you do to make sure that we can be more inclusive? Collaboration. So collaborating with artists, collaborating with trainers and brands. Nothing stays the same. We are always evolving and we need to keep up. Brand partnerships with artists and trainers, that's another way in which you can be more inclusive. Just making sure that if you are a brand, that you are making sure that you're making products that are suitable for melanin rich skin. If you're a trainer, take my course, understand how to work with the nuances, understand the languages that you should be using, delve deeper into it. If you're an artist, take the course as well. You can learn lots by even just attending conferences where you'll see demonstrations. Like in the UK, I have demonstrated on melanin rich skin at the UK PMU conference, at the UK PMU festival. I was in Rotterdam at the Eyebrow Festival where I was talking about melanin rich skin, and I think it's becoming more increasingly popular. But when I started out, there was nothing like this. So just keeping up to date is key And showing representation as well, like I said before, on your social media and on your websites. Building genuine connections with people in the industry will help you grow from different backgrounds, different cultures. You can then start to understand people's cultures and backgrounds, and it will help you as an artist to grow. So we have more active tyrosinase, which is the melanin producing enzyme. Melanosomes degrade slower, and this increases the tanning and hypopigmentation. So when a melanin rich person gets a tan, it will last longer. And if a melanin rich person gets hyperpigmentation, it will last longer. So we have a natural SPF of around 13.3 in compared to white skin, which is around 3.3. So it has less a chance of burning. However, Fitzpatrick skin can burn, and I've seen this a lot where it's taught that Fitzpatrick 6 can't burn, but it definitely can. Melanin rich skin tends to produce more sebum, which can make the skin appear oilier. So skin conditions may look or present themselves differently in melanin rich skin. So instead of looking red, they may look purple, or they may look brown or grey, and it will show up different on melanin rich skin. You may not see the undertones on melanin rich skin because the layer of the skin over the veins is dark. So try to look for overtones in the skin. Now, I do delve more into this in the course. Skin is skin, right? Wrong. Everyone has a unique skin type, and it has to do with who they are as an individual. So their skincare, their skin type, any skin conditions they may have, what size are their pores, do they have large pores, what products are they using, or are they having any treatments? Do they have any contraindications? How do we identify all of these things? What Fitzpatrick they are, what undertone, hue, value, all of these things build a picture on how we will get the healed results for the client. Prior to doing any permanent makeup treatment, during my consultation, I will do a skin assessment, so a client skin assessment, and this helps me determine the tools that I'm going to choose. And this is where I'm going to be identifying all about the skin type. That's going to help me identify what needles I'm going to choose, what machine, and all the rest of the tools that I'm going to use during my procedure. This will help us to identify what pigments we're going to select, what tools we're going to select, and also the aftercare and skin preparation. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. You can find the link in the description to my course. Also, don't forget to give me a follow on Instagram, say hi. Thanks for watching.